Hi guys, it's Valerie, and on my last video, my 70-pound weight gain, I touched on being a widow. And what I wanted to talk about was a piece of advice. If you're a widow, my number one piece of advice would be to you to isolate yourself. Stay away from people. Everyone will tell you to get around people, be around people, go places, do things. I say no. I think it's a time where you have to just reflect, and I think it's a time where you have to really be alone, because you always hear these kind of people come out of the woodwork, okay? And a lot of people are going to know your finances. A lot of people are going to have to look at your situation. A lot of people are going to have to look at things to do with your home, with your insurance, with your things that you don't even think about are going to come up, and it's going to put you at a disadvantage because everyone is going to know your financial situation. And you wouldn't think at a time like that that people would take advantage of you, but people are going to take advantage of you. And they're going to be people that you wouldn't even think would take advantage of you. But it's very dangerous. And I even had a situation where the funeral director came to my house when he knew I was going to get some information that would be upsetting to me. And I had a knock at the door, went to the door, looked through the peephole. It was him. I said, I don't want to talk to anyone. And he said, well, I have something to share with you. So I let him in, and what he had to share with me was that he thought that I was a young woman who would have needs that he could fulfill. So creepsters are going to come out. And 6 months later, this dude, he's 20 years my senior, but he came out and approached me on FB and asked me if he could borrow money. So, once again, that's somebody that knows, and they're ordering death certificates for you to, take care of business, and they will, they can prey on you. So my number one, I'm going to give more of these because you know what, I have a lot of information. And when I became a widow, I went on Google, and I couldn't find any information really about well, no resources. There were no resources for widows. And you have questions that can't be answered because, like in my case, I didn't know any widows. So I had to wing it, and I did make some mistakes. So I think I might do a series of these and talk about them. How I got taken advantage of in multiple ways. So not fun, but I did learn, and what I learned is, it's like a seed. You plant a seed in a cold, dark place, and it sits there and it sits there and it sits there until it bursts out, and then it, becomes a sprout, and then it becomes like a stalk or a stem or whatever, a vine, a tree, a flower, whatever it's going to become. But it takes a while. It takes a while to just sit in the darkness and sit in the cold and sit alone. And if you do all of those things, you can, break out of that shell. So, widows unite. Widows and widowers unite. Okay. And joy be with you. Peace and happiness.